welcome back, Divine Essence Tarot. So guys, it's Friday, TGI freaking F, okay? Here I am, glad to see you guys. You know, tonight I feel like we need to try something different, do something different. We're gonna start with the Hidden Truth Oracle. I haven't used this deck in a while, in a long while. So we're gonna just use this one and see. This is just a general collective reading tonight, guys, okay? Not all signs, okay? Not tonight. We're just gonna do a general collective. So this could be for any sign. Whoever it resonates for, it's for you. If it resonates, if it makes sense, if you could relate to it, if this is your story, feel free to like, comment, share, whatever you feel. I appreciate all of it. Okay, let's go ahead and shuffle. Give a good shuffy. Okay, I hope you guys are doing great. I missed you guys yesterday. I really did. Did y'all miss me or not? Like, honestly. Because if not, don't say you did. Keep it real with me. All right, let's take a look. I love these because this will let you know what your person is thinking. If you guys, let's say you're not talking, or, you know, this person is somewhat shy. They don't like to let you know how, you know, they feel so much, which sucks if there's anybody that's like that, because how's your person gonna know how you feel if you don't tell them? You know what I mean? So, whoever you're thinking of, collective, the person, you could be in connection with them. You guys could not be talking at this time, but whoever it is that, you know, is in your energy, that's who's going to pop out here. And if you're not thinking of anybody, this is someone who's thinking of you, okay? All right, but if somebody's been on your mind, this is what that person is thinking, okay? So let's take a look. I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew exactly what I was doing. Tell me more, Spirit. I look for you everywhere. I'm not going to show the card because I don't think you guys can see it. Even though tonight, you see I brought the camera up so you can get a close view. But, I mean, it still looks blurry. So, and then, I don't know if you guys can, are you reading it backwards or what? I don't know. But I knew exactly what I was doing, and I look for you everywhere. So this is someone who I'm getting you're not in connection with at this time. Like, you guys are not talking. You're not together. You're broken up, or you're on a break or something, because if you were not, they wouldn't be looking for you everywhere. And it's giving that they might be dating other people and looking for your energy in others. You know what I mean? Trying to get that same vibe that you have, which is impossible because only you have it, right? So they look for you everywhere. They knew what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. So what I'm getting from this is somebody who was possibly, you know, a manipulator, a gaslighter. So for example, this is somebody who you would have an argument or a disagreement. And for example, they would point the finger back at you, even when they were in the wrong. They couldn't admit, yes, that I'm wrong. You know, if they did apologize to you, it was like a half-ass apology. It wasn't a genuine, heartfelt, you know what I mean? It was more of a very surface, phony, I'm going to just say this so we can keep the peace, or I'm going to just say this so I can get what I want out of you kind of thing. This person could have used you, or you felt like they used you in some type of way. They drained you. They drained your energy, or they took from you. You know, they were like an energy vampire. That's what I'm getting. So they sucked your energy. They got what they wanted out of you. And then when you needed them, or you needed fulfillment and your cup to be filled, they couldn't help you with that. they refused to do that. And they knew what they were doing. It's a game for them. This is somebody who enjoys. This is giving devil energy. This is someone who literally enjoys, because they're toxic, they enjoy playing with people's emotions, breadcrumbing. This is somebody who you could feel that they didn't give you 1,000%. When you showed up and you gave them 1,000% of what you had to offer, but they couldn't do the same. They couldn't meet you halfway. You understand? They were a taker. Tell me more about this. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. Okay. Tell me more, Spirit. I want to feel that way again. So again, this is someone who I'm getting the you collective, let this person go. But if the energy is, backwards, then just flip the energy. Okay? So either you or your person walked away from this. Somebody gave someone the cold shoulder and never looked back. And I feel like, the person that got left or felt like they got left in this connection, they didn't want to let this whole thing go. I feel like this person that was the manipulator and the gaslighter and with this devil energy, they knew that you were done because they had exhausted everything that they could have possibly exhausted out of you. And so, but they didn't want to let you go. They knew that they had to, though. You understand? And they wanted to continue. They were disappointed only because they wanted to continue to mess with your head and play games with you. And I just had a vision in my third eye of like a puppet master. Like they knew how to pull the strings with you. They knew how to get a reaction out of you. And so they didn't want to let you go because they wanted to continue to do that. At the same time, they were getting a lot of love and a lot of affection from you and a lot of attention. And they knew that you cared about them. And they want to feel that again. They want that old thing back. You understand? Okay? They want that old thing back. They want to feel love from you again. I feel like you really did. I'm getting, whether you're a man or a woman, Queen of Cups energy or King of Cups, where you came in and you really did nurture the relationship. You nurtured this person. They didn't have to wonder if you cared about them. You showed them that you cared and that you loved them. And so they knew that. But the thing with this person is they used what they knew, and they knew that you cared. So they used your emotions against you. You understand? They used it against you to gaslight, to manipulate, to hurt you, This is somebody who definitely could have made you cry. And they might not even know that they made you cry. They hurt you like deeply because you were genuine. You were genuine and coming in to love and be a partner. And this person was just playing games. This person wanted to continue to play games. So when they said, you don't know how hard it was to let you go, not just the sex, not just the love, but also the fact that they had you right where they wanted you. You understand? They had you where they wanted you. And so when you woke up, right? I feel like you woke up, or a light switch. I'm seeing like a light switch. When the light switch was flipped and you saw this person for who they were and you left, that person was like, damn, who we're talking about is somebody who, not just with you, they do this in every relationship. This is who they are. Their character is it's full of toxicity. You understand? And because they do this because I'm getting that, and this is just me channeling the energy. I'm not touching any tarot cards right now at all. I'm just channeling. I'm getting that they do it because they're insecure within themselves. They don't feel good about themselves. They might not even love themselves at this time. And this is something that they could struggle with for years. They could have struggled with this, that self-love and that self-care and that confidence. They struggle with confidence, and they don't feel worthy of love for some reason. It has to be something from the past. But because you came in and you gave them this genuine love, they used it, and they destroyed this. They self-sabotaged the relationship by hurting you the way that they did. And let's pull one more, Spirit, and then we're going to dig in the tarot and see. The tarot will confirm what these oracles and what my channeling has, brought out. So I wish I had treated you better. Okay? So isn't that something? Now that you have left and you removed your energy completely, I feel like this is somebody who, you tried, you gave this person many chances to it. I can tell that this is not, that they screwed up once or twice, or they hurt you once or twice. You had a repeat cycle of disappointment with this person, and also I'm getting they disrespected you time and time again. They also, their energy is like a bully, and in relationships, they like to bully their partner. They like to control their partner and control how the relationship goes, and the speed of the relationship and the way it looks and the way it feels, and they have to be in control. And if they feel out of control, if they feel like they don't have the upper hand, right, they start to just be toxic as hell. And this is what they do. And now that you have pulled your energy back, they wish they treated you better. They can see now who you are. And that happens a lot of times. We don't know what we have until we don't have it anymore. Okay? And that's in any aspect of life. We have apartments, we have houses, we have cars, we have a job. When you don't have any one of those things, you feel it. You appreciate it even more then, because you don't have it, right? So this is somebody who I'm getting heavy Five of Cups energy, that they could be crying. They could, in private, be crying, be hurting, be losing sleep. This is because they know that you were a good person. You were a genuine person. You were somebody who could have been a blessing to them. Someone who God may have picked specifically for them to come across and to meet. And a lot of times people don't know that God will send angels. Look like humans, regular people like me and you. Angels in disguise to come across your path. And it has happened to me. Not in a love relationship, but actually just in another way. I have met, real life angels in human form. Earth angels is what they're called. And these people come right when you need them. And you don't realize it, but they come straight from God. God literally put that person in your path right at the time that you were supposed to meet them, for a lesson, or to let you know that you're not alone, or to give you encouragement. It could be for many reasons. So this person literally gaslighted, tricked, played games with, lied to, manipulated an earth angel, which is you. Now, if this is not your energy, then I want you to flip this, and this is the person that you're thinking about, okay? Because when I give my readings, this energy that I'm feeling could be either you that I'm talking about, or it could be the person you're dealing with. You understand? So however it resonates. And so if this is not you that I'm talking about, then this is your person, and you are the cross watcher, okay? So just know that. You know where you fit, okay, in this. And there's no judgment here. All I'm doing is reading the energy and channeling what I feel, okay, guys, to help you so that you can see what's going on here. They wish that they treated you better. They wish that they had handled you, and they mishandled someone who is actually so close to God. And they mishandled this individual, which is you. And so now they feeling it. And when you do that, you wind up getting karma, because God, I'm not saying that he don't love everybody, but he has his favorites, okay? He literally has his favorites. And this, I just feel collective, you're one of God's favorites. You're one of God's chosen. You're one of God's soldiers, angels. And, you know, anybody that comes across you, whether it's a love interest or a colleague or, you know, an associate, whoever comes across your path, you definitely leave a mark, a positive one, because of that godly energy that you have. So they feel really bad now that they have time. I feel like it's been some time that you guys haven't talked, and you haven't been in connection, and in the time that you guys have been apart, they feel the absence of you. They feel the void. And this is somebody who, you know, you guys could have talked every day, or you guys could have seen each other on schedule. You guys could have spent a lot of time together and could have made a lot of memories, you know. But this is somebody who, once you cut your energy because you couldn't take it anymore, do you really think an earth angel is going to take abuse, whether it be verbal, physical, mental, emotional? They're not taking none of that. And you know, a lot of times when you get chance after chance to get it right and you still don't get it right, what do you expect? That's what I'm trying to say. What do people really expect after they have exhausted all of their chances? You know what I mean? So it's a wicked thing. But what I can say is this person does feel bad. And at least there's that, you know, if it means anything to you. They feel bad, they feel regretful, remorse. This is something nobody knows this. This is how they feel deep down. They feel like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. Not to them. They didn't deserve it, not them. So this is somebody who actually knew who you were. But maybe not all the way. They could have had an idea, but if they really would have known who you are in the spirit world, would they have done this? If they really would have known how close you are to God, would they have treated you that way? I don't know. When people are in devil energy, you just don't know what they're going to do because they're wicked, you know? All right, thank you, Spirit. Let's take a look at the tarot, guys, see what we got, see what makes sense, see what comes out, and, you know, we can confirm what we just saw. Yeah, you guys fought a lot. You definitely did, because when I went to just now shuffle this deck, when it's like that and, you know, the cards don't flow freely, I really get that there was a lot of arguing, a lot of tension, a lot of misunderstandings, disagreements. See? Bumping their heads. You guys didn't see eye to eye at all. You know, I feel like the relationship that you had with this person, you guys just spoke two different languages, and that was one of the major problems. And communication is one of the most important things in any relationship. Once you don't have clear communication, it's a wrap, because nobody's going to get their point across. So where are you going to go? How far can you get like that? You know, not far. So let's take a look, guys. All right, collective. So this is for any sign. If any of you are new here, welcome. I forgot to say, I'm always glad to see newcomers. If you're coming back and you've been here, thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. And if you guys need any type of personal readings, because these are all very general, it's not going to resonate for everybody, but if you get a personal reading, it will 1,000% resonate with exactly what you have going on. So I always encourage that. You know, you can go to the description box and I will get back to you within 24 hours with your reading. Okay? And you can, of course, hit me up, hit my DM on Instagram, or, you know, you can email me with whatever you need. Okay, guys? All right, let's take a look. Guys, what are we eating tonight? It's always about food. It's always about food. What do we have tonight? I got pizza. I kept it simple, very basic for a Friday night. I know. Spirit guides, angels, divine ancestors, please shine a light on what I need to see for my collective. Who is this person that's in the collective's energy? Who is this person? Ooh, I'm gonna show you guys. So this is the seven. Can you see that? It's the 7 of Swords. Are you guys glad that I brought the camera closer so you can see the cards? This is the 7 of Swords. This is how it looks in the upright. This is somebody, again, like I said earlier, who came in. This is a card of being a thief. Somebody was a thief. They could have stole money. They could have stole your time, your energy, but they came in with this air energy, okay? So they could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but this person pretended to be someone who they were not. And they tricked you, okay? They wore a mask 1,000%. And they wore that mask to get what they wanted, okay? Just like we saw in the oracles here. This person felt that if they came in and showed up the way that you wanted them to, that they could get more out of you in that way, instead of just being their genuine self. And once you realized who they really were, this is where things started to fall apart. But yeah, they're just showing me that this person stole something from you, or some things from you. You see how this character is looking back after he stole from, it looks like he works at a maybe a circus or some type of a carnival or something, but he stole all these swords. It's a campground. That's what it is. It's a campground. And he stole all these swords from the campground. And he's looking back to make sure as he runs away that nobody sees him. So this person really banked on you not finding out that they were lying about who they are and, you know, what they're about. So, for example, they could have came off like a nice person, a nice woman, or a nice female, a nice man. But in reality, somebody who's, you know, supportive and wants a relationship, but in reality, they could have been a F-boy or a F-girl, or somebody who had no intentions on, you know, being long-term with you. They just wanted to hit it, quit it, and go. Or, you know, they were a user. They came in and they stole your energy. I mean, they just wanted your time, but they only wanted it when they wanted it. You understand? This is somebody who you could have, for example, when they wanted to get together with you, you were available. But when you wanted to get with them, all of a sudden they were so busy. So you see that they were in the energy of being an energy vampire, a thief of your time, your space, your body. You could have laid down with this person and, you know, they got what they wanted. They were hoping that you didn't find out that they were a fraud. Okay? Tell me more, Spirit, about the 7 of Swords, on who this person is. King of Pentacles. Now, this person is also, can you guys see that? All right, King of Pentacles. So this is someone who, 1,000%, they are focused on their money. They work hard. They could have more than one job or more than one gig where they, you know, they make sure that they keep their hands in more than one pot. You understand? They could invest as well. They could be a father figure. They could be an entrepreneur as well. But this person makes sure that their finances are in order. If nothing else, they make sure that their money is good, that they have savings, and they make sure that they, you know, pay their bill. This is the type of person they want me to let you guys know, that this is someone who, which you probably already know if you've been paying attention, that this person was focused on their coin. They, you know, focused on their money and abundance. That's what they were about. I feel that they were very guarded, though, still. I'm looking at this armor on the King of Pentacles. Very guarded when it comes to their emotions. and they were more money driven. That's what really moved them. And that's what moves them. Money. Getting money. Thinking of new ways to get money. You understand? Money, money, money. They could even be money hungry. But this person, and their personality could be kind of serious, mostly serious, and not so playful, but very serious, very stern. I'm looking at the King of Pentacles face, and it's very much giving, nothing's funny, so what are we laughing about? You know, that kind of attitude. Very serious, very, straight to the point, and focused on their bread. That's who this person really is. I don't see any cups yet. So this is somebody who they're just letting me know that they could have been more focused on money than you and the relationship and the connection. So that could have been an issue as well for you on why you exited the building. What was this person's intentions when they came in with my collective? What was this person's intentions? We have the 5 of Cups reversed. So I'll show it to you guys. It's this card right here. Remember I said earlier that I got heavy 5 of Cups energy when I was looking at the oracles? Okay, this came out. This was their intentions, but it was reversed. And we have the 4 of Swords, and that also came reversed. I'll show it to you. So they could have, I'm seeing so far, I'm seeing sword energy. So again, they could be an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Okay. But what I will say is their intention, I feel, was to come in, and they could have seen in some way that you were, when they met you, that you didn't go out a lot. You were somebody who was more so like a homebody, and they wanted to pull you out of that energy. They wanted to reignite you and just hang out and have a good time. That was their intention when they met you. Okay. They also could have seen you as somebody who was healing from bad relationships, and they wanted to come in and make you feel like they would help you to feel better and to get better and to get over maybe a bad relationship that you just got out of. That's what I'm getting with that 5 of Cups reversed. They wanted to be like a support system for you. And this is how they wanted you to feel that they were coming in. Because I asked what was their intention when they came in. So it just looks like they wanted to bring like a spark in your life. They wanted to have a good time and really just maybe break that monotony of your everyday routine. They could have somehow known that you had a routine and it was boring, and they maybe wanted to bring some excitement. And also some healing. Maybe you told this person that, you were just fresh out of a bad relationship or something that ended, pretty negative, and, you needed time to heal or whatever, and they wanted to help you with that. Okay. How do they feel? How does this person feel about the collective right now? How does this person feel about the collective? How do they feel about you? The Chariot reversed. They feel like this has come to a complete end. This is the Chariot. It came reversed. So it's just showing that right now, they feel, when it comes to you, that you have put a stop to the connection. You put a stop to it. All right, so I'm already starting to see that, and this is why I love tarot, because the more I pull, the more the layers get pulled back, and I get to really see the full picture of what happened here. What actually went down. Okay, so they feel like you hit the brakes on this. You hit the brakes on this. And tell me more about that Chariot, on how they feel. This is how they feel about you. They feel that you're the Empress. That you came in. Remember I said this earlier. What did I say? I said you came in and you nurtured the relationship. You nurtured the person. You actually gave this person nothing but love and attention and care and kindness and positivity and support. This is who the Empress is. This is big Libra energy. You could be a Libra. This could also be Sag. So you could have Sag in your chart as well. That's who the Empress is. But you could be a mother figure as well. You could have a child or children. If so, happy early Mother's Day. If you're a male and this is your energy coming out, Father's Day is right around the corner. So don't come for me. But you came in, and how they feel is you came in as someone who meant them nothing but good. They don't look at you in a bad light. They know exactly who you are, which is what I said earlier. They know that you had a genuine, loving, caring heart. And this is just who you are. It wasn't a facade. It wasn't a game for you. Unfortunately, they are the ones that came in with the game and the facade and the fakeness and the lies and the devil energy and this trickery and all of this. And on the flip side, you really just gave them your heart. You wanted love in return, genuine love. You push the brakes, you put the brakes on this, but I need to see why. Okay? Let me see why, Spirit. Okay, what happened? What was the obstacle here? What was the obstacle, Spirit? Thank you. The Hierophant reverse. Somebody didn't want this person that you were connected to. Sorry guys, I was just getting a message and it popped up. This person that you were connected to with this Hierophant coming reversed, they did not want to be tied down at all. They wanted to deal with you, have sex with you, have all the benefits of a relationship, but they didn't want to commit. They didn't want to claim you. This is someone who, they wanted you to give everything that a girlfriend or a wife would give. But as far as them, for example, putting a ring on it or putting a title on this or, whatever it was that you were asking for when it comes to commitment and really showing that they were serious, they didn't want any of that. They wanted to keep this very surface and very like, I want the benefits, but I don't want to get too deep, and that's what one of the obstacles was here. And you're somebody who, if you're the Empress, you're not in it for a wham bam, let's just hook up, let's just bang it out every other weekend, let's just do that and I'm going to be satisfied with that. The Empress has very high standards. The Empress is literally all the queens in the entire deck. Not only that, the Empress is so high frequency when it comes to energy and being close to God, which I already told you. The Empress is a goddess, okay, in human form. So you get it? Close to God, goddess. You were dealing with somebody who literally is so rare. This person was dealing with somebody who's so rare, is what I meant to say. And I just feel like they didn't realize how deep you actually are and how connected you are. Because I feel like if they knew that, they would have never pushed this to the limit and pushed you to the point of having to walk away. Because the Empress is somebody who will stick it out if they feel like it's worth it. If they feel like it's something they can invest in and it's worth it. Because they make smart moves. The Empress ain't making no dumb, stupid, illogical moves. She only thinks very calculated and very clearly. And she listens to her intuition. This is somebody who they only listen to God and their intuition. Anybody else, they can suck one, because the Empress doesn't follow anybody. She's a leader. And like I said, the only one that she will listen to is God himself or her own intuition. So yeah, the person you were connected with, they didn't want commitment. Tell me more. Justice reverse. And they came in very, I'll show you in the upright. They came in very unfair because it came reverse. This person that you were connected to, collective, like I said earlier, damn, if the oracle cards really laid it out for us, but these tarot cards are just digging deeper. It's showing that this person, they came in and they didn't try to, I feel like they didn't try to meet you on the same plane level, and they could have came in more like an enemy than a partner, which is crazy. It shows how toxic they really were. And so you felt this was unfair. Somebody has Libra in their chart. Could be you or your person with this justice. And you see how this character is holding a scale in one hand and a sword in the other. Okay? Air energy. But they weren't fair. And the way that they talked to you was very disrespectful. That's what I'm getting. They could have really snapped at you a lot and made nasty remarks and tried to hurt your feelings and literally did hurt your feelings. And they didn't apologize either. A lot of times they would do things and they felt that they were justified in what they said and how they moved. But meanwhile, they were hurting you and they didn't care. It's like they didn't care. That's what I'm getting, that they didn't care at all how they made you feel. Yeah, so this was very imbalanced, okay? The connection was imbalanced because one person was given more than the other. You understand? So you, I feel, collective, were coming in and you were pouring into this and you were investing and you looked at it as you didn't come in playing with this Empress energy. You're somebody, whether you're a male or female. Remember, if you're a male, just look at it as the Emperor, because in tarot, there's no gender. But you came in and you took this person serious. You took the connection serious. You didn't come in to play games at all. However, you were dealing with somebody who was playing games. And now they feel bad about it. Remember, we saw earlier that they do feel bad. How does this person feel about how they treated the collective spirit? How do they feel? Look, Knight of Cups came out upright. So they want to apologize. Now we're seeing cups. Now they got feelings, right? Now they want to come in and possibly say genuinely that they didn't mean to hurt you, that they still carry a cup for you if you're interested. They're going to hit you up. They could either text you. You see, they're on that horse. So this is communication coming in. This person feels that they owe you this. They owe you communication. They owe you an apology and a solid offer. They may come in, even though they didn't, in the past, they didn't want to commit. They didn't want to give you anything solid, right? They didn't want to claim you. They just wanted to keep this as something very superficial. But now things have changed. Now they have these real feelings. And I think because they've had time to think about how you showed up and, the impact. I feel like you made such an impact in their life, because when you deal with an Empress, that energy, you're not going to get that from nobody else. I'm telling you now. And most people do not come across another Empress. If you actually are gifted, because Empresses are gifted from God. So if you come across an Empress and you lose them, however you lose them, you'll never get that energy that you got from them, from anybody, okay? No one will ever be able to match how that person made you feel. So I feel, collective, you made them feel a love that they never felt before. You gave them that Empress love, which is untouchable. It's undeniable. You're one of those people, I think, too, that, you have exes that hit you up from 5-10 years ago because, and not that you're interested in them, but they just never forget how you made them feel, and they let you know that, like, you made me feel something I never felt. People tell you. I feel like people that you have been with have told you this, if I'm not mistaken, that, you love them differently. You just love different. And they never forgot that, things like that you hear from your exes. I just channeled that. But They want to come in. Okay, this person that you were dealing with, you stopped talking to them. Now they're coming with either a text, a call. They might want to meet up. You see how the knight is on his horse. So in these days and times, people get in a car or on a train or a plane or however to offer and to apologize. They might want to do this in person. They might. Tell me more, Spirit, about the Knight of Cups. Yeah, death. The death card came out reversed though. Okay, so this is the death card here, which represents transformation. Okay, and change, but it came reversed. So I do just want to let you guys know this. Being that it came reversed, that's something that you need to be careful with, because what it means is that this person hasn't changed. They are going to come in, no doubt, but they haven't changed their way of thinking. The way that they think, the way that they move is still the same, even though they miss you and they miss how you made them feel. They miss your energy. They miss talking to you. They miss being around you. Yes, they miss just vibing with you. But they haven't, on their end, they haven't healed the wounds that created the toxicity that even destroyed the connection in the first place. It takes time to do that. They haven't done that. So that's just something for you to be. I'm not here to tell you what to do with that, but yeah, like that's going to be up to you. And you know, how and how far you take it with this person. You might decide, collective, that you want to just be friends. You know, doesn't have to be, maybe you decided because it didn't work so many times that now you just want to be cool with this person. You guys could be friends and leave it at that, and just remove the romantic part. No more sex, no more, you know, romance, but just, this is now your homie. Like, this is the homeboy or the homegirl. You know, you might decide that. But you might, you know, decide that you still want them in your life in some capacity, but just not as a romantic partner, because they're not good for you. You guys don't work well in that way. You might work well in another way, you know. So I'm going to leave it